All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to welcome each of you to our court meeting this evening, especially our guests. We are very proud to have each of you with us tonight. It is 6:30, so we will call our meeting to order at this time. And we'd like to ask Ms. Lisa if she would to call the roll, please.
Joel Lakers.
Here.
Terry Bell. Morris Vaughn.
Here.
Carl Bolden.
Here.
J.D. Boyd. Sally Brock.
Here.
Wayne Copeland.
Here.
Clinton Hill.
Present.
Earl Jones. Ron Lee.
Here.
Tim Martin.
Here.
Michael Martin.
Here.
Charles Morgan.
Here.
Vlad O'Neill.
Here.
Gary Prater. Kenneth Rogers.
Here.
George Smart.
Yes, ma'am.
Bessie Smithson. Diane Starkey.
Here.
Les Trotman.
Here.
Herschel Reynolds.
Here.
Wayne Wilker.
Here.
Melissa Yancey. Here. Bob Young.
Present.
20 present.
20 present. This time, we would like to, as we do each court, begin with a prayer. We've asked Commissioner Ken Martin to be with us this evening to lead us as we go forward in prayer. And I'm sure there are many needs. We could spend a lot of time, I'm sure, calling names and families and various prayer requests that we need to remember. Let's especially lift up Miss Bessie tonight. Let's continue to remember her. She's hopefully improving. I think the last report I had, she moved to the Red House. Is that correct? And so let's continue to remember Miss Bessie and all the other needs within our commission family and our community as a whole. So, Commissioner Martin, you have this.
Our dear and most righteous Heavenly Father, we're so grateful for this day that's coming to a close. We're grateful for the opportunities that you give us in our lives. We ask Thee, Father, to be with this board tonight as we meet to discuss the business of this county. We pray, Father, that everything that's done will be in the best for each people and every person that lives in this county. Father, we ask Thee to be with those, as John has just mentioned, that are sick, some that I'm not aware of, but especially be with Sister Bessie Smith tonight. As Commissioner Smith continues to be in the nursing home. We pray, Father, for those that are taking care of them. We hope that she could once again be with us. Forgive us of any sins that we have in our lives, Father. Through this, we ask through Thy Son's holy name. Amen.
Amen. Everyone would please join me as we say our pledge to the flag. Salute. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. May all be seated. Okay, at this time, ladies and gentlemen of the court, we need to adopt our docket for the evening. And you received your packages. We've already referenced, we have some items that we do need to amend our docket with. But first, we need to have a motion and a second. A motion by Commissioner Smart and a second by Commissioner Trotman. I think first Commissioner Yancey, thank you. To adopt the docket as it was mailed out. Now, with that motion and second, we will have discussion. At this time, I'd like to recognize Commissioner Herschel Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to amend the docket on budget amendment number 3. This is money that comes out of the DA's office. They're asking, it comes out of our office, but it's the DA's money. It's from fines. They have $69,000 up there. They're asking for $45,000. Passed budget and finance. It passed the financial management committee unanimous, and I so move, Mr. Chairman.
I have a motion on that. I have a second by Commissioner Earl Jones. So with a motion and second to amend our agenda for the evening, as this is on your desk, actually there's 2 items that are on the same sheet of paper, but this will be new business item number 3, budget amendment number GF-2013-6. amending our docket with that with a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor of amending our docket with this item of business, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that passes. So we will add that to our docket. And once again, ladies and gentlemen of the court, if you would make that on your agenda for the evening, item number 3. Once again, I'd like to recognize, you just a moment over, I'm sorry,
Thank you, Mr.
recognize Commissioner Williams.
This one, number 3, item 3, it's a Warren County Schools General Purpose Fund, number 141 budget amendment. And what this is, all this is, if you look at it, the state required them to move $28,000 from one line item over to 46,530. It passed financial management unanimous, budget and finance unanimous, and I so moved.
I have a motion, and I have a second by Commissioner Starkey. With a motion and a second, is there any discussion? And once again, this would be placed on our docket this evening as item number 4. Item number 4, a budget amendment that is already cleared Budget and Finance Committee. With no discussion, all those in favor of amending our docket this evening with this item of business, let me know by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And that carries. So, we have amended so far with an additional item number 3, item number 4, both budget amendments. And now, item number 5 that we would like to amend the docket with. I would like to recognize, let's see, Commissioner Carl Bowman. That's Commissioner Bowman. This is on the lease with the state, and it's past building and grounds. If you would please.
Yes, sir, thank you. The Building and Grounds Committee met on April 11th to consider a lease agreement with the Tennessee Department of Environmental and Conservation for the office space located in the administrative building. And this passed grant, and it's a building used as local groundwater protection office. And this passed Building and Grounds on April 11th, 4-0, and I so move.
I have a motion to amend the docket with this. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner Morris Bond. This is Kyle Phillips' office, back by the conference room, and this is a 1-year lease. And that's what the state did with us last year. They only went for 1 year, and again this year they only want to go for 1 year. So this would authorize us to enter into that lease, to sign the lease for the 1 year. So we do have a motion and a second. Any discussion further on this item? All in favor of amending the docket then with this item of business, we will make this item number 5. Let me know on the same aisle, please. Opposed? And that carries. So that is 3 items that we will be amending with so far. And the 4th and final that I'm aware of, once again, is Mr. Herschel West.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is resolution number 13-2014. I'm not going to read all of this, but it's a resolution to authorize the county executive to enter into the attached agreement with the Warren County Schools and the City of Manhattan relating to the payment of liquor by the current sales tax. This passed budget and finance, unanimous, financial management, unanimous, and I so moved, Mr. Chairman.
I have a motion, second by Commissioner George Smart. I will not spend a great deal of time elaborating upon this, because once we get to this item of business, before we vote on it, we have with us this evening our county attorney, Rick Stacy, and we also will try to have with us tonight the city attorney, Mr. Purdy, was with us as well, that will fully explain this to the court members before we vote on this item. So with the motion and second, all in favor of amending our docket with this final item of business, please let me know by saying aye. Aye. And opposed? And that passes as well. So that will be item number 6 on our docket. So is there anything else now that I'm not aware of, and anyone that we need to amend our docket with? We have a motion and second on our original docket. Now, if I may recap what we have amended with, what we have added this evening. Item number 3 will be budget amendment number GF 2013-6. Item number 3. Item number 4 will be a budget amendment out of the general purpose fund number 141 for the Warren County Schools. Item number 5 will be a lease agreement to clear building and grounds on Mr. Phillips' office here in the building on a one-year lease. And item number 6 will be the resolution that we just discussed. And all of those items, each of those passed, that we would amend the docket with. All right, now, we are back on the docket as amended, if there's nothing further. So all in favor of our docket for the evening as it has been amended, please let me know by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And motion carries. Thank you. We have set our docket for the evening. All right, at this time, we would like to call on our court clerk for the reading of the minutes from the previous meeting, please. I have a motion by Commissioner Yancey that we suspend the reading of the minutes this evening. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner O'Neill. All in favor, let me know by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And that motion carries. All right. We will move into our departmental reports. And first on the docket for the evening is finance. And I'd like to recognize Ms. Hillis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the County Commission, you should have a copy of my report. I'll be glad to try to answer any questions at this time.
Move to approve. Motion to approve by Commissioner Smart. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner Earl Jones with the motion and second. Are there any questions for Ms. Hillis on this report? Any discussion? Being none, all those in favor of adopting the finance report as presented, please let me know by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Hillis. Thank you for your hard work. Next is the Highway Department. Mr. Glenn, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the court, you have my report. If there's any questions, I'll try to answer them.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Lee. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner Trotman. Motion is second. So any questions or discussion?
I know one.
Like to recognize Commissioner Lee.
The bridge at Dearborn, I know it's a state project, but are they getting closer to winding that up? Do you know what kind of time frame?
The last word I had on that, the time limit was supposed to be the last of May. So last of this month was the original time limit, is what I understand.
So we're getting close.
Getting close.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything further? The Highway Department report, I should have mentioned that because of the 81 Act, Levy's report is actually incorporated within the finance report. His numbers. Levy's report, because of the 81 Act, his numbers are actually incorporated within the finance report. Okay? Ms. Hills, I'm sorry, I'm too casual here. Would you care to take this moment, maybe in your report in terms of where the highway finance report will be? Ladies and gentlemen, with the creation of the 81 Act with Levy's department coming over here, his numbers now incorporated within the finance report. So we'll ask Ms. Hills to address that and where it's at, so you can turn to it finally, okay?
The pages aren't numbered, but it's approximately halfway through the report. The heading of the report says 131 Highway Fund, and it records the revenues and the expenditures thus far through March 31st for the Highway Department.
Okay, is everybody to that? Give you just a second to turn to that. 131 Highway Fund for the period of July the 1st through March the 31st. I'd like to recognize Commissioner O'Neill.
Could we have those pages numbered the next time, please?
We will do our best.
Yes, sir, we will.
Yes, sir.
Not prior to school.
Give everybody just a second to turn to that lady. I hate to ask you to keep
That's
standing
fine.
there, but we'll give them just a second if you don't mind.
That's fine.
Okay, thank you. About a second to look over that. All right, has everybody found that okay? Any questions concerning the report there on the highway department? We do have a motion to second still. And if there are no questions, or if there's no discussion, all in favor of accepting the highway report as presented, please let me know by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? passes. Ladies, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it. All right, next is sanitation. Mr. Steve Hills. Steve, good to see you tonight, sir.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the county court, you should have a copy of my report. No question, I'll be glad to try to answer.
Motion approved by Commissioner Jones, second by Commissioner Brock. With the motion and second, we'll open the floor up for questions or discussion. Anything from anyone? Steve, I might, while the commission is reviewing your report, if you might give us a brief update. I know you did in committee meeting previously in health and welfare, on the Centertown side and what's going on there.
Okay, well, what we're doing, we're adding on the Centertown community. That gives us a little piece of property there to go with that. And we was need more room anyway, so, what we're doing, we're just extending a lot. We're having to move some dirt and, we'll be graveling it. And maybe in a few years, when it settles down, we'll be putting down some pavement. And, those people in that community, they really appreciate that because we haven't got much room to maneuver around in this way. They'll have plenty. And so hopefully we get that done this week, if weather permits.
Okay. All right, if everyone's had an opportunity to review the sanitation report, if there are no questions or discussions, there's a motion and second. All in favor of approving the report as presented, everyone say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Steve, thank you very much. Appreciate the hard work that you do, so. Next is the Sheriff's Department. Glad to have our sheriff with us tonight. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the court. If you have any questions, be glad to try to answer them.
Motion to adopt by Commissioner Carl Rowland, second by Commissioner Ken Martin. I had two there at the same time. Thank you, Commissioner Jones. Commissioner Martin on the second. With the motion and second, we'll open the floor up for questions or discussion for the sheriff. Anything on his report? If not, all in favor of adopting the Sheriff's Department quarterly report as presented, let me know by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And motion carries. Thank you, Sheriff.
Yes, sir.
And under departmental reports, the last one, Warren County Schools, we've got to have a director of schools with us this evening. Mr. Cox, good evening.
Good evening, good evening. I think you have my report. I'll try to answer any questions about the school system. if you have.
Motion to approve, was that Commissioner Smart? I'm sorry? Yes, okay, Commissioner Smart. Second, Commissioner Trotman. So with the motion and second, once again, we will open up for questions or discussion. Anyone? Nothing? All in favor of adopting the school's report, let me know by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And motion carries.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Cox, we appreciate it. All right. This time, we'd like to move in our committee reports for the evening. I'd like to recognize Commissioner Willis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to thank all of the committees and the chairmen and the committee members that have gotten a lot of your budgets in, and we certainly appreciate that. We've been over several of them, and we've still got a few to go, but thank you, and thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Wells. Next is Building and Grounds, and Commissioner Baldwin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Building and Grounds has nothing to report at this time.
Thank you, sir. Next is Economic and Agriculture Development. I'd like to recognize Commissioner Les Trotman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With the indulgence of the other commissioners, I'd like to turn my time over to Mr. George Burke as an introduction for us and some comments.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. George. Good to see you this evening.
Thank you, Les. Mayor Powell, commissioners, ladies and gentlemen, I asked if I could address the court tonight for several reasons. First is, as most of you are aware, as the paper said, I'm heading to the House very shortly. And second of all, and probably most important tonight, I wanted to introduce my successor, Don Alexander, who will be taking my place, or has already taken my place. Don?
Good evening.
Don brings four things to the IDB job. First of all, he brings a strong work ethic.
And industrial recruiting is hard work, let me tell you. Second, Don brings a knowledge of the way the system works and how to make it work for Warren County. And that's important. Third, he brings an experienced savvy about industrial recruiting and what works. And fourth, he has the personality and the personable qualities that make people like him and want to work with him. So I think Warren County is indeed fortunate to have Don taking the helm of the industrial board. And I'm looking to hear some great things happen here in Warren County over the next few years under Don's leadership. Third, I just wanted to say goodbye. It's been fun working with you again this year, renewing old acquaintances, reliving old memories, and to a great degree basking in the sunshine of the good folks of Warren County. You know, Janet and I came here in 1985 for a job, and we found a life. A life full of the graciousness, the friendliness, and the goodness of the people of Warren County. And I want to tell you, we're ever indebted to Warren County for making us a part of it. You know, if Elizabeth Chastain, bless her heart, were here tonight, I can hear her say one more time that Warren County is the most beautiful place on earth, populated by the best people on earth. And if Harry Dunn was here, he would say amen, and I say amen. And I also wanted to leave you with a few parting thoughts, because I probably won't address this body again. I'll be 74 this July, and I doubt very seriously if I'll ever be back at the helm of industrial development in Warren County again. But I do hope that my time here, both from 1985 to 1989 and this year, I do hope in that time that I have kept faith with the people of Warren County, that I've done my job well, and that as a result, that generations of Warren Countyans will have meaningful employment and the richness of life that a good job affords. You know, the recruiting industry is not a laid-back proposition. You've got to be proactive, and you must be willing to take a risk, or there's no return. And you must play to win. As I was thinking of what I was going to say tonight, I thought back to my high school days when others played football for some dumb reason. I took up boxing in the Golden Gloves. You know, there's a difference in football and boxing. In football, when you score a touchdown, it puts the game out of reach. You put in the second string and you coach. And they call that being a sportsman. In boxing, when you land that right to the opponent's jaw, and you see his knees turn to water, that's when you pour it on till he's down. They call that, borrowing from Rocky, the eye of the tiger, or some call it being the champion. I refer to this because the last time I left here, we were on a roll in the recruiting industry. We had landed the knockout blow with the announcement of Bridgestone, but alas, I think we took the role of a sportsman and put in the second team. Today, as I leave, I think we're on another roll. We've had 3 industries in the last year. Soon be announcing another expansion of an industry. And what I want to say to you, with Don at the helm of industrial development, now is the time to pour it on. Now is the time to press hard. Now is the time to make McMinnville and Warren County the mecca of employment in the upper and mid-Cumberland. Now is the time for the county and the ID, the Industrial Development Board, to work together to solve the lack of workers for the jobs the industry is creating here. Now is the time to invest in new industrial sites, more spec buildings, more advertising,
to let the world know the kind of people place Warren County is. A paradise where you can come for a job and find a life, the best life. And finally, in closing, I want to address what I guess I was really supposed to address when I came here tonight. That's our 2014-2015 budget for the IDB. We're asking for more money this year. And I would exhort you, or the IDB, the Industrial Development Board is asking for more money this year. And I would exhort you to give it to them. It's the best investment you'll ever make. And just doing some figures in preparation for tonight, I was looking at the amount of money spent in recruiting industry versus the amount of tax dollars that the industry recruited returns to the county. And the return on investment is about 800%. So for every dollar that's been invested in recruiting industry to Warren County, the industry that has been recruited with those dollars have returned 8 times what you spent on industrial development. So I'm telling you, don't stop now. Give Don what he needs, and let's make Warren County the envy of every industrial development program in the state of Tennessee. I think we once were there, we can be there again, and you know, there was a movie that said, if you build it, they will come. I believe if you build it here, they'll come. And I thank you very much. I have enjoyed serving the county this year. And if you're up Van Buren County way, stop in to see me. Thank you.
Thank you, George. George, thank you for those comments. And Don, we'd like to welcome you to our community. We look forward to working with you. And we wish you all the best. And to you and your family relocating here, and I don't know, I've not had an opportunity in the last few days to speak to you. I don't know if that's in the process yet or not, if that's underway, but we wish you luck with that, and that you can do this as soon as possible. We're proud to have you.
I have a rental property in Nashville if anybody's interested in it.
We'll post that on the bulletin when that is on. All right, thank you. All right. And Mr. Cotton, thank you for yielding your time. Thank you very much. All right, next is education. And Mr. Bell is not with us this evening, so who on education, do you have anything that we need to?
Mr. Chairman, education is up report this month.
Thank you, sir. Financial management, I will report to you that we are meeting tomorrow at 3:30. For anyone that would like to attend that meeting, we would be glad, as always, to have you tomorrow at 3:30 in the conference room for the next financial management meeting. Health and welfare, Commissioner Brock.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The only thing I have to report at this time is that we continue to, of course, bring dogs into the facility. And we've also been fortunate enough to continue to move a lot of them out to rescue. So I think Kim has done an excellent job. We are now accepting applications for 2 part-time positions at animal control, and we will, I hope, be addressing those shortly. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Brock. Highway and Bridge, Commissioner Prater is out. In his absence, if I might address the court, last Thursday, Commissioner, TDOT Commissioner and his staff and a delegation from County, were here for a meeting in the Magnolia Room where Commissioner Schroer and Paul Diggs, the Assistant Commissioner, addressed Highway 56 and the future plans of that highway that have been scaled down somewhat from discussions that we've heard for a long time on possible 4-lane from Linville to Smithville. And because of budget constraints now, they're looking at a section right at the end of the county. The new bridge at Deerville was referenced earlier. It would be somewhere in the neighborhood of that bridge, a short distance in Warren County, and then the remainder in DeKalb County, about 3 miles total, where they're going to build passing lanes, where they're going to put shoulders, 10-foot shoulders on the side of the road, and then about $800,000 approximately of safety issues that are going to be addressed on the full length of the road from starting there in Warren County all the way into Smithville. And that's going to be the scaled down proposal for that stretch of highway, as opposed to what we've heard for years of a 4-lane. And Commissioner Schroeder was here to, I guess, enlist our support for that. And as he explained, our options were that this is something, this proposal that TDOT hopes to put out to bid in approximately 18 months. And if the citizens of DeKalb County and Warren County said, basically, we would like to hold out for the 4-lane and not have this project bid as it's being proposed to us, then that's something that we probably go back on the shelf and we might never see anything done to Highway 56. So certainly we expressed our support for that, to have probably between here and Smithville, what they have identified is probably a 3-mile stretch is probably what is about the most dangerous section of that road as far as the hills and the curves and the lack of shoulders, and where accidents have happened over the years, and they have targeted that section to make those repairs there. And so again, Mr. Shore and his staff came here to make that announcement. So we'll be seeing that section of highway receiving the improvements going out to be approximately about 18 months. So, okay, Shane, in Commissioner Prater's absence. Is there anything else concerning bridges or roads? If not, okay, policy and personnel, I'd like to recognize Mr. Ken Martin.
Mr. Chairman, policy and personnel has nothing to present.
All right, thank you, Mr. Martin. And our last committee is safety. And Commissioner Boyd, do you have anyone from safety committee, anything on safety committee would like to?
Mr. Chairman, there's nothing to report on safety committee.
All right, thank you. Okay, that concludes our committee reports under special committees, jail oversight. Once again, Mr. Wells.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Out at the jail today, we had 263 inmates, of which 63 were women. It's our normal out there, you know, what we have each month is water closets being stocked up, smoke detectors knocked off, or a sprinkler head knocked off, that's normal. So outside of that, everything's running good, but if you got any questions, we gotta try to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wells. And our final committee report, special committees is redistricting. Commissioner Smart, anything new on the district with the election?
Mr. Chairman, as far as I'm aware, there were no voting problems, and everybody seemed to know where it goes. So I think we're in good shape.
Thank you, Mr. Smart. Okay, that concludes all of our committee reports for the evening, and with no old business to address, under new business, we'll get into our docket. As we said earlier, item number 1, I'd like to recognize Mr. Wells.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is item 1, 2012 tax aggregate. It's from Darlene Bryant's office. Budget and finance met on this, passed unanimous, and I so move, Mr. Chairman.
There a motion to approve our tax aggregate, second by Commissioner Carl Rowland. With motion and second, is there any discussion or questions concerning the tax aggregate? Hearing none, Ms. Lisa, would you call the roll, please?
Joel Akers?
Yes.
Morris Vaughn?
Yes.
Carl Bolden?
Yes.
Sally Brock?
Yes.
Lane Copeland?
Yes.
Benton Hill?
Yes.
Earl Jones?
Yes.
Ron Lee?
Yes.
Ken Martin?
Yes.
Michael Martin?
Yes.
Charles Morgan?
Yes.
Dwight O'Neal?
Yes.
Kenneth Rogers?
Yeah.
George Smart?
Yes, ma'am.
Diane Starkey?
Yes.
Les Smartman?
Yes.
Herschel Reynolds?
Yes.
Lane Wiltshire?
Yes.
Leslie Yancey?
Yes.
Bob Young?
Yes.
Anyone want to change their vote?
Item number 1 passes 20-0. Item number 2, I'd like to recognize Ms. Lisa Stock with our list of notaries, please.
This is the list Wayne Majors, Lindsay Locke, Joseph S. Smith, Neva England, Amanda Priest, Danny Martin, and Deborah A. Gann.
Move to approve.
Move to approve by Morris Bond, Commissioner Bond, do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner Martin, Commissioner Michael Martin, with the motion is second. Is there any discussion on any of these names that have been presented to you? Being none, all those in favor of approving this list as presented, let it know by saying aye, please. Aye. Opposed? And everyone on the list is approved. Ms. Lisa, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the court, as we amended the docket earlier, item number 3, Mr. Willis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is item 3, budget amendment number GF-2013-6. Like I told you before, it's fine money, but in the DA's office, there's $69,000 up there. She's asking for 45. This passed financial management, budget, finance, and I so moved, Mr. Chairman.
Have a motion on the floor, have a second by Commissioner Earl Jones, with a motion on the second. Any questions or discussion? Being none, Ms. Lisa, if you would, please.
Joel Akers,
Yes.
Morris Bond,
Yes.
Carl Bolden,
Yes.
Sally Brock,
Yes.
Wayne Copeland,
Yes.
Clinton Hill,
Yes.
Earl Jones,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Ken Martin,
Yes.
Michael Martin,
Yes.
Charles Morgan,
Yes.
Wyatt O'Neal,
Yes.
Kenneth Rogers,
Yes.
George Smart,
Yes, ma'am.
Diane Starkey,
Yes.
Les Trotman,
Yes.
Herschel Wells,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Melissa Yancey,
Yes.
and Bob Young.
Yes.
Anyone want to change their vote?
Item number 3 passes 20-0. Once again, as amended earlier, item number 4, Commissioner Wells, once again, please.
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman. Item 4, it's Warren County Schools General Purpose Fund number 141, budget amendment number 3. All we're doing there is moving $28,000 from one line item to another line item, past financial management, budget, finance, unanimous, and I so move, Mr. Chairman.
With a motion on the floor, do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Starkey, with a motion and second. Any discussion? If none, Ms. Lisa, if you would, please.
Joel Akers,
Yes.
Terry Bell, I'm sorry, Morris Bond,
Yes.
Carl Bolden,
Yes.
Sally Brock,
Yes.
Wayne Copeland,
Yes.
Clinton Hill,
Yes.
Earl Jones,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Ken Martin,
Yes.
Michael Martin,
Yes.
Charles Morgan,
Yes.
Wyatt O'Neal,
Yes.
Kenneth Rogers,
Yes.
George Smart,
Yes, ma'am.
Diane Starkey,
Yes.
Les Trotman,
Yes.
Herschel Wells,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Melissa Yancey,
Yes.
Bob Young.
Yes.
Anyone want to change the vote?
Item number 4 passes 20-0. Item number 5, as amended, I'd like to recognize Commissioner Carl Bolden, please.
Well, the Building and Grounds met on April 11th, considered this lease agreement with the Tennessee Department of Environmental and Conservation for the office space located in the Administrative Office Building for the use of the local groundwater protection office, and I so move.
Have a motion, do I hear a second by Commissioner Blaine Wiltshire? With a motion and second, is there any discussion concerning this lease? If not, Ms. Lisa, can you call the roll, please?
Joel Akers,
Yes.
Morris Bond,
Yes.
Carl Bolden,
Yes.
Sally Brock,
Yes.
Wayne Copeland,
Yes.
Clinton Hill,
Yes.
Earl Jones,
Yes.
Ron Lee,
Yes.
Ken Martin,
Yes.
Michael Martin,
Yes.
Charles Morgan,
Yes.
Wyatt O'Neal,
Yes.
Kenneth Rogers,
Yes.
George Smart,
Yes, ma'am.
Diane Starkey,
Yes.
Les Trotman,
Yes.
Herschel Wells,
Yes.
Blaine Wiltshire,
Yes.
Melissa Yancey,
Yes.
Bob Young.
Yes.
Anyone want to change their vote?
Item number 5 passes 20-0. All right, ladies and gentlemen, of the court, item number 6. This resolution as well is laying on your desk this evening. And I'd like to recognize Commissioner Wells to present this to you. And once we get a motion in a second, we're going to recognize our county attorney who's here with us. and also the city attorney as well. I'd like to recognize first Mr. Wells.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is resolution number 13-2014. It's a resolution to authorize the county executive to enter into the attached agreement with Warren County Schools and the city of McMinnville relating to the payment of liquor by the drink sales tax revenue received by the city of McMinnville prior to July 1, 2014, or in the alternative to authorize the county attorney to file suit against the city of McMinnville to recover the portion of the liquor by the drink sales tax revenue required to be remitted to the county school fund. This passed budget and finance unanimous, passed financial management unanimous, and I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Wells. I have a motion. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner Hill, Mr. Clinton Hill. So with the motion and second, now I'd like to recognize the county attorney, Rick Stacy.
Chairman Pellon, ladies and gentlemen of the court, good evening. I hope each of you have had some opportunity to review the agreement resolution before you tonight. This is a somewhat unusual matter that we're bringing up tonight. And I'll give you a little bit of background. The city of McMinnville, as most of you may recall, the voters passed a referendum in 2002 to have liquor by the drink sales in the city of McMinnville. Well, there's been a statute on the books for a long period of time that requires a portion of the sales tax on those liquor by the drink sales to be paid to the county school fund. And there's been this is a statewide issue. It's not isolated to Warren County and the city of McMinnville, but statewide, that portion that's supposed to go to the county school fund in most places did not actually get remitted to the county school fund. There have been a number of lawsuits filed in other counties relating to this. The folks here in this county, I know Director Cox and Mayor Haley with the city became aware of this issue in the latter half of 2013. There have been a lot of discussions about trying to resolve this and get this straightened out. I don't think the city questions whether they have to pay this money or anything like that. It's just been a matter of it's not been worked out to this point. Well, in last month, around April 17th, the General Assembly, both the House and the Senate, passed a new bill relating to this. And in that bill, there were a couple of tight deadlines that were passed or were set, and the governor signed this bill last week. One of those deadlines is that if the County Board of Education does not try to recover funds, these sales taxes that were received prior to July 1 of 2014, if they do not try to recover those by December 31st, they're forever barred from trying to recover that money. There's another deadline in that bill that says if you file a lawsuit to recover this money, but that's done after June 1 of this year, of 2014, then that would have to be filed in the Chancery Court of Davidson County. And so that's why we brought this matter before you tonight. It's my understanding that the city of McMinnville is going to try to resolve this and pay what they have received so far by May 29th. And what this resolution would do, if the County Commission passes this tonight, if that money is paid, if they approve that payment and it's paid by May 29th, then we would authorize the county executive to enter into the agreement before you here, which would take care of the remaining taxes up to July 1, 2014. There's a new scheme in the bill for taxes from July 1, 2014 on, so we don't have to really worry about that. And then we sort of have a fallback position here, given that we're in such a short time frame, that in the event that that's not paid for whatever reason, that we'd be authorized to file a lawsuit to recover that money, mainly just to preserve our right to go after it and to do that here in Warren County instead of Davidson County. I fully expect that this is going to be resolved without active litigation. It's just a measure to cover us. So I hope that answers most of your questions. I'll certainly try to answer any others that you have.
Before we open the floor up to questions, because the city attorney may address something with somebody, but we're proud to have the city attorney here with us as well. Rick, if you don't care, maybe just kind of hang out there well, but let's also recognize Mr. Purtle. We're proud to have you with us here tonight representing the city. And if you would like to speak to us concerning the city's opinion on this, where we stand on the city end, please.
Mr. Chairman, members of the court, this issue was only brought to my attention about 2 weeks ago. Rick and I had a conversation in my office about the urgency of the issue. It turns out there had been some extended discussions between Mr. Cox, I think our recorder Shirley Durham, and Mayor Haley. Mayor Haley asked me to do everything possible to expedite a resolution of the issue. We have now, after talking with Rick and comparing notes on the proposed agreement with the school board's attorney, Robin Phillips, we have, I believe, a meeting of the minds with regard to the form of an agreement. I recommended to our finance chair, Ken Smith, that he include this item on his agenda for a finance committee meeting tomorrow night. We were able to get that on the agenda timely, so the finance committee will consider approval of the agreement or a recommendation for approval of the agreement to the full board the following Tuesday night. Of course, Mayor Haley has the authority to call a special meeting on 48 hours notice. So I see no reason, no obstacle that the city cannot approve the agreement, execute the agreement, and write a check for the county's deadline.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Okay, now, with Mr. Stacy back at the podium, are there any questions from the commission for Mr. Stacy or Mr. Purvis as well? Anyone? I know this is, as it's been explained, this is a fairly complex resolution, and as we've stated before in previous court meetings, this is not the normal business that we would amend a docket with. This is something traditionally we would like to have through committee and in the package, and have the commissioners have ample time to read and understand prior to court. But the timeline and the way things happened at the legislature and the bill that was passed there was just a lot of things that happened, and we were just not afforded that luxury, unfortunately. So we want to take a little extra time, and we appreciate the explanation from both of these gentlemen. So if there are no questions from anyone.
Mr. Chairman,
I'm sorry. Commissioner Wilson, yes, sir.
what will the check be made out for? Will it be for the total?
It will be, the way the percentages work out, there's a 15% tax on each retail sale of liquor by the bill. The state takes half off the top for their general fund. Then that remaining half is sent to the city of McMinnville. Half of that, or 25% of the total, was supposed to be remitted to the county school fund. And we believe that total is, I've got that number here. I think it's
Approximately $80,000.
around, just short of $82,000. We believe that the numbers we have are correct. And one of the provisions in this agreement is that the parties are going to go work in good faith if the numbers we have are not accurate to have the accurate payment be made. So, but we believe it's around $82,000.
And that division of those proceeds will have prospective application as well. This is just catching up the arrears.
And we might also, just for the board and for our audience at home, make the point that this is statewide. This is not just the city of McMinnville that this has happened to. This is across the state. This was just something that many of our municipalities and even counties, that when this was passed, the state did not set up a mechanism in order, now they have, as we go forward from July 1st.
That's correct.
But they did not set up a mechanism to disperse this money, and there were so many cities and counties that were just not aware of this was the reason this happened. It wasn't anybody trying to hold the money back or keep something that wasn't theirs. Statewide, this is what's happening with many of our cities. Okay? All right, if there's no further discussion and everybody is fully aware of what we're fixing to vote on, thank you, gentlemen. Okay, we do have a motion in a second, so Ms. Lisa, if you would please call the roll.
Joel Akers?
Yes.
Morris Bond?
Yes.
Carl Bolden?
Yes.
Sally Rock?
Yes.
Ray Copeland?
Yes.
Clint Hill?
Yes.
Earl Jones?
Yes.
Ron Lee?
Yes.
Ken Martin?
Yes.
Michael Martin?
Yes.
Charles Morgan?
Yes.
Dwight O'Neal?
Yes.
Kenneth Rogers?
Yes.
George Smart?
Yes, ma'am.
Diane Starkey?
Yes.
Les Trotman?
Yes.
Herschel Wells?
Yes. Yes.
Melissa Yancey,
Yes.
Bob Jones.
Yes.
Anyone want to change your vote?
Item number 6 passes 20-0. Commissioners, report, thank you very much. Under announcements, as we referenced earlier, Tuesday, tomorrow at 3:30, Financial Management Committee. Also, tomorrow at 4:45, Budget Finance. Thursday of this week at 4 p.m., I think it's Highway and Bridge Committee meeting with the Highway Department. And also Thursday night at 5 o'clock, will be a policy and personnel committee meeting at the courthouse at the Clerk and Master's office in Florida. We will be meeting there under announcements. And finally, under announcements, we would like to say a special welcome to our new commissioner this evening, Commissioner Bob Young. Commissioner Young, it's good to have you with us tonight for your first court meeting. And welcome. We're proud to have you. So we have your nameplate there, so I don't know if you're gonna be with us long enough for us to get you there or not.
That's fine.
So that everybody knows Bob, and we're glad to have you with us. Okay, any other announcements from anyone? All right, if not, motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn, Mr. Jones, and second by Commissioner Akers. I haven't recognized him tonight. All in favor, stand up and say good night. Have a good night.
All right, thank you.